Good evening, friends. Unified Chapter 22 Opening Channels for Truth. You're most welcome for yet another Swadhyay of Unified. Before we start with the chapter reading, let us connect with our heart center, closing our eyes and taking a long deep breath, connecting with the heart center, the center of God's love, your love, as you are made in the image of God. आराम से शांतिपूर्वक बैठते हुए अपनी आंखें कोमलता से बंद करते हुए एक लंबी गहरी सांस लें और छोड़ने दें। अपनी सामान्य सांस आने जाने दें। Allow your normal, natural breath to follow. Slowly bring your attention to the center of your heart. अपनी बिखरी हुई ऊर्जाओं को समेटते हुए वर्तमान स्थिति में आ जाएं। ना बीते कल की चिंता, ना आगे वाले आने वाले कल की चिंता। दोनों ही भ्रम है, वास्तविकता नहीं। Be in the present moment and just observe the gentle vibrations at your heart center. And love and light to all the uninvited influences in my aura. I send love and light to all the thought forms around me. I close my aura to all except for my higher self. And in this way, start the communication with your higher self in your quiet time. Repeat the lines that you have memorized for clearing the aura and send all the uninvited influences to their perfect place with the help of your higher self. Now, when we have brought all the energies in the present moment, let us start with the chapter reading. 22nd week, opening channels for truth. Sometimes it might appear to you that your mind still resists this knowledge. Of course, that isn't accurate, but it is as if there were two or more parts of you, each with independent ideas and drives. Your head is one such part. For ages, your head has been in charge. You've been educated to use your head. Learning its logic and training its neurons is given top billing in this world. The head is king. Jobs that require head trained skills pay more. The intelligentsia are an elite. They even live in their own ghettos. Suddenly, your head is told to take a back seat, as if that weren't bad enough. You then give power to your heart. To your head, the heart is merely an emotional marshmallow. It doesn't have any logic, any systematic way to memorize, any habits, and any conditioning. Yet you want to put that underlying in charge. An internal struggle appears to ensue. For a while, you do just fine, following these lessons exactly. You let your heart guide from its connection to cosmic intelligence. Then suddenly, your head, with its training, logic, and conditioning, struggles for its life. What are its main weapons? Doubts. You go through a period of doubting. You doubt your signals. You doubt the communication in your quiet periods. You doubt the wisdom even of this course. You doubt your manifesting nature. This is the only way the head thinks it can regain supremacy. It actively argues. It interjects its own thoughts loudly and clearly. You can't help but hear. These are the thoughts you are used to. They've yelled at you for ages. They are precisely the reason you aren't experiencing God's qualities all the time. It is not the heart's nature to argue back. It doesn't need to. It knows that the little head can never win in the long run. The heart knows its divine nature, its immortality, and its connection to the cosmos. Nothing the head yells can begin to penetrate its hard shell. Nothing. So the heart just remains peaceful, gentle, and all knowing. Does this sound familiar? It probably does. If the head has had its way, you no doubt have started and stopped this course several times before getting to this point. Maybe you've had to take 2 weeks to get through some of the lessons. Or maybe you are one of the lucky ones and just ignored that babbling child screaming for attention. This week, witness that head yelling for attention and know it for what it is. Witness, but don't buy into it. Eventually, the head will discover its own true blessing. It is neither being abandoned to oblivion nor being relegated to a second class position. Instead, you are buying it new computer hardware with an open account on software. With that, anything the head wants to know, it can have. It won't be restricted to what it could cram into its education or remember from your few experiences. Then, whenever you ask for your head's help, it gives with total accuracy. Its success is guaranteed. The heart becomes its best friend, nay, its inseparable spouse. Actually, it is a royal internal wedding. It's like the helium atom, it can't really exist alone. The helium atom is unstable by itself, So two atoms combine. It is found in nature as H2. Head and heart equal H2 as well. So far, this course has emphasized your quiet period with your higher self signal as the form of communication with your higher self. You tune in on the thoughts you know are coming from yourself. These quiet periods, however, are not the only way yourself can be in touch with you. They may not even be the best way for you. They are, however, the foundation and the backbone. If ever you feel that there may be another good way to communicate with your higher self, don't be afraid of it. Just be sure to use the same safeguards. Always get your higher self signal. It is always there when you're really communicating with your higher self. Always close your aura to all but your higher self and clear your aura of uninvited influences whenever needed. Before you try another form of communication, ask your higher self in the conventional way if it is in your highest and wisest interest to communicate in that other way. Use your yes and no signals and don't ignore a no answer. There are many ways to so communicate. The Ausa board is popular, as are the tarot cards. Even a standard deck of playing cards can be used to communicate if the meaning of the cards is clearly predetermined. A newly revived method uses runes. The pendulum is also very popular. A light table can be used. Two people put their hands lightly on the table, facing each other. They close their auras to any uninvited influences, state their high spiritual purpose, and unify with God. Then they ask that the higher self or one of them communicate by raising the table. Two of the four legs will rise toward one of them when both are perfectly unified with God and each other. It may take a few minutes of quiet submission. From then on, the procedure is the same as with your quiet times. Three taps of the table means yes. It also means that what you say aloud is correct communication from the higher self. One tap is no. Both of you can communicate with the same higher self since you are, after all, one. When the table first rises, ask, is the table clear of any uninvited influences? Heal any influences until you get a yes answer to that question. Then ask the higher self to identify itself by tapping the letters of its name one at a time. Throughout the communication, be on guard for any uninvited influences and heal them as needed. If you have a loved one who has taken this course diligently to this point, the two of you can practice your communication using a light table. You must believe, indeed know, that the table will rise or this form of communication will not work. If your head throws in doubts, you may have to wait until your head and heart are more integrated. The main exercise for this week is yet another form of communication, writing. Every day this week, enter the quiet period as usual. Then, instead of speaking out the communication, write it down. This isn't flashy. It isn't automatic in the sense that you lose control of what the pen does. You are simply writing out the communication you have been speaking out or thinking. Notice how smooth and effortless it is. Don't judge what you are writing. Just write. Read it later for meaning. This is the way many great manuscripts have been born. It is the way many great scientific breakthroughs have come. Use this method often now. It gives you a record for posterity. How many times have you been surprisingly impressed with what you've said during your communication, only to forget it? Using this writing method, you have a record. Thank you so much, friends, for listening to me so patiently. I request every one of you to just practice in your quiet time whatever is being said in the chapter for this week and write your experiences, the messages that you receive from your higher self, and whatever experiences you have. Once you write, you have a record as is being told in the chapter. This is a wonderful method that is being given to us in the form of this book, and it is clearly specified as a step by step process for such a simplified explanation. Let us thank the writer of this book, Roger Lanphier. Let us thank Mahavtar Babaji for the channeled messages with which this book has been written. Let us thank Brahmrishi Pitama Patriji, Mahadi Parashakti, all the spiritual masters associated with the group. Let us thank this group consciousness. Radiate love and gratitude by being connected to your heart center. Once you feel comfortable, you can come out of the meditation. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you.